When our wounded war veterans come home, they often still have the desire to serve their country, community. There is a federal program designed just for that, utilizing their experience from the military battleground to the cyber battleground. Marine Sergeant Marshall Kennedy was on his fourth deployment when he stepped on an IED in Afghanistan. He lost both legs, suffered severe arm injuries, and endured dozens of surgeries. That was 2011. Today, the Purple Heart recipient has another title to add to his life of heroism: computer forensic analyst. He works alongside federal agents with ICE and Homeland Security in the fight against online child predators.
Part of it's just having to deal with having a purpose. I mean, as with anybody else who's went through this whole program, was just trying to find a way to do something post-military.
Marshall is part of the ICE Hero Child Rescue Corps. HERO stands for Human Exploitation Rescue Operative. His commitment to this mission is unstoppable.
Having the special agents, the task force officers, and everybody else, like it's not too far from the military, and most of the people actually who work here were military at one point in their life, and so it's easy to transition, especially the environment.
The program was specifically created for wounded combat veterans to receive intense training about child exploitation. Assistant Special Agent in charge Nick Nelson says their knowledge and experience is unmatched.
Their service is second to none. They have a passion for serving our country and a passion for saving children. And that's what they're doing here with our cyber program. They are actually saving children.
Marshall and other wounded veterans in the program are now armed with a massive load of cables and adapters. They wait inside the van while agents and task force members execute a search warrant at the location of a suspected criminal, a pedophile. They bring out any potential digital evidence: phones, computers, thumb drives, etc.
Well, that's the whole point of this van, is just being able to be on scene and have somewhere set up to conduct this.
This unassuming van is actually a high-tech mobile lab. It could be placed at the scene of a search warrant and can expedite the investigation by instantly processing and analyzing the materials seized from the home. The forensic analysts were directly involved in the arrest and conviction of Kyle Lee Smith in 2016. He was an assistant band teacher at Harrison High School and lived in Branson. Today, he's spending time in federal prison for having sex with 2 students.
That our heroes were able to help us get that critical information out of the phones, which included salacious text messages, images, things that were indicative of these sexual activities that were going on between Mr. Smith and his students.
Homeland Security investigator Jeff helps arrest these guys. He says the amount of data collected to get the busts is immense. That's where the HERO program comes in.
Somebody has to go find these individuals that will stop at nothing to exploit our children.
Since 2016, the forensics program in Arkansas has identified or rescued 22 minor victims in child exploitation cases and help put the predators behind bars. Keep in mind, they can also help in illegal immigration, drug trafficking, human trafficking, and more, much of which is discovered through the cyber battleground.